Hey, welcome to 23 Degrees Sideways. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about, ocean, water stuff. We're on the dinghy. Obviously we're on the dinghy. We're going to talk actually about sunset and ocean water. We made another trip over the past couple of days. This one was with a car to drop someone off down in Norfolk at the airport. And it's really interesting that every time I get close to the open coast, the saltwater coast, like where we are, we're in Chesapeake Bay, which feels different, but we're also in a estuary river system. So I am, a mile and a half from the bay proper, the south end of the Potomac River part of the bay, and then another, 5 miles until we get out of that brown, it's literally brown water kind of environment. It's really hard to describe, but when you get to the actual ocean bay, there's a different sense, a different smell, a different feel to the air. There's something different. And I don't know if it's because half of my childhood was on the ocean, like San Diego, Oceanside, Carlsbad, kind of on the ocean. Or if it's because I'm allergic to houses. And as a child, the only places I could really breathe is when we camped out at the beach, which we did a lot of because we were poor. My family was military, and at the time, the military was extremely underpaid, to the level where parents used to steal fruit for their kids out of the chow hall on base. It was pretty bad. But beaches, especially back then, beaches were free. You could drive up onto them, you could park, you could camp, you could, there's just a lot of stuff you could do. So, very different environment. Now, that might have something to do with it, like deep-seated body stuff where I feel better, but something's different. And it really really makes me want to get out. I would rather anchor on a demasted, de-rigged boat out on the ocean than stay here forever. As much as I like the marina and the environment, and this is our home port, we'll come back here for refit or whatever. This is a good place to be for some things. I think being on the ocean is just better in every way. Something about it, something different. We'll talk about that more as we go down the ICW and we see how it feels on the inside and outside edges. So one thing that is very specific is sunset. And I don't know exactly what it is. Something about sunsets on the ocean feels more relaxing to me. The sunset out here is stressful. Just like on a farm, just like in Nevada, just like in Oklahoma, everywhere I've lived off of the coast, except for Arizona, and I'll talk about that in a moment. Sunsets are a little bit stressful. It's a weird time of day. It's more so in the fall, in the summer, than in the spring. But it's not great. There's a stress to it. Like, where are you gonna sleep? What you gonna do? I've been nomadic for enough of my life that I think this is actually part of what's going on. Is where are you gonna sleep? What you gonna do? And sunset on the coast never has any of that sense. And I think a lot of that is that I've never had a problem sleeping on the beach. And that includes like Seattle or Oak Harbor or Anacortes or something in the, late fall, early winter. Sleeping bag and shower curtain to keep you dry type of weather. It's not the warmth, but there's something about it. Something secure, something different. I guess you don't have as many problems with getting jacked up if you sleep on a beach. I don't know what it is. But there's definitely a feeling, and that all of that is a bunch of figure, and who knows exactly what's going on. No one. So if we just go with the magic and the woo, there's a sense, just a sense of magic to sunset on the water. It's a liminal period, and you're in a liminal zone. You're in an in-between zone between the sea and the land. And I think it's magic. And I think that's part of the draw of the water for me. That's all I got. I got to row before I hit a boat. So stay sideways.